Before we begin this shoulder tutorial, I'd like to refer you to the wrist and hand tutorial, the elbow tutorial, the chest tutorial, and the upper back. You'll want to incorporate that with your shoulder program. We're going to begin by prepping the shoulder with the Face Blaster or the Master Blaster. The little claws are perfect for just getting into that surface fascia. So I like to just rest the arm on my thigh and just go ahead and go into the deltoid. Now remember, it comes around like this, so we want to get all around it. Now when we think of shoulder, you probably think of the top part of the shoulder, but I like to think a little bit more about the attachments on the inside. We're going to go ahead and prep the deeper tendons of the tricep as well as the lat, which ties in underneath the arm. Now, once you feel nice and warm, then we're going to grab an original size blaster with the larger claws and we'll go into the myofascial tissue. For the shoulder, I like to use the Mini 2, but you can use any blaster that has the original size claws. So it's just the same technique as we used during the prep. You're going to come all the way around the deltoid. This is somewhere I get tight a lot, and one of the things that feels really good is to use 2 claws and go straight up the deltoid. The deltoid has 3 pieces: anterior, medial, and posterior. Then you'll also want to incorporate the tricep tendons. Notice that I'm going harder. You go to your comfort level, and then we'll want to get directly in the armpit. And remember, this is a tutorial, so you're going to probably want to go a little longer than what I'm doing. We recommend 2 to 5 minutes per area. Once you've completed your blaster session, one of the most amazing things that we have is the tip to the Mini 2 and the Mini 1 and the nugget, because you can go back and really get into those areas that are causing you issues. So when you were body scanning during your fascia blasting session, you're going to want to go back to the areas that felt the tightest, and you're going to incorporate the poke and wiggle wiggle technique. Sounds silly, but that's exactly what we're doing. We poke into the tissue and then we wiggle. Now remember, arms tend to get really bound. This may be one huge chunk, and if it is, you would just poke and wiggle wiggle literally the entire thing. And you can also incorporate this back on the tricep tendon. Ooh, mine's sensitive today. It's needed. Another issue that people may lump in with shoulder is when we have issues with impingement of the shoulder or things going on with our AC. And AC is the acromion, that's the A, and the clavicle is the C. So it's totally awesome to go and poke and wiggle wiggle all along the clavicle, both sides. I'm just showing one for right now. And to poke and wiggle wiggle along the acromion process. So you might be asking yourself what impingement is. So if you come up here or back here and you feel a pinch or a bite, that is when you know you need to work that AC joint. The nugget.